This is the 2019 Nissan Leaf Plus. It does more miles on a single charge than the regular Nissan Leaf, and we'll show you the things that separate it from the original. So how do you tell your new Nissan Leaf Plus from a regular Nissan Leaf? It's pretty hard to tell, but you'll notice there is a thin blue line here at the front. That's different. The battery is actually slightly lower and about an inch bigger. On the inside, the infotainment screen is an inch bigger. It went from a 7 to an 8, and it has new software that runs it. If you look at the back, you can see a Plus name written out on the back because this is a Leaf Plus. And then on the inside of the charge port, it does have the E Plus here, and of course it's a slightly different charge point from the original Leaf, the 2018 version, not the Plus version. So some very subtle changes, but if you look carefully, you can see them. Okay, 160 kilowatt motor in this. It's the same as the regular Leaf, except it's not the same because of that battery pack. It means that it has increased power. 214 horsepower, 250 pounds-feet of torque, about 45% increase in the amount of power in this engine, so this motor. So there's a lot of things that have changed. Even though the components are very similar, it's the battery that's changed everything about this electric motor. And that's super interesting. So the same motors pretty much in both vehicles, the regular Leaf and the Leaf Plus, but because of battery capacity, all those numbers are increased, which really shows that get a bigger battery, more power, more fun. All right, on the interior, a few things that are significant. First of all, they call it the gliding wing design on the inside. I can only presume that is because of the way the dash looks. The infotainment screen got an inch bigger. It went from a 7 to an 8. It also has new software which allows it to be much faster. It has the Nissan designed gauges up here. This really projects the whole Nissan electric intelligent mobility look. The gauges specifically make you feel like you're in some high-tech beast. I do like the blue stitching in the seats. There is a suede on the edge of the seats. The seats look a lot more high-end than really is applicable to the car, but the car's actually nicely put together. Very electric car sort of in the middle here. A lot of different straight flat buttons. Nothing really to write home about. There is the e-pedal, of course, and that's a big deal. We'll talk about that in the driving. The cool thing about the acceleration, that's 214 horsepower, which if this was a small family car would be adequate. I remember driving some Toyotas, Corollas that had like 185 horsepower, so 214 is pretty good. But the thing is, and this is what gets Tesla owners super excited when they drive their vehicles, is the acceleration. I know there's no big V8 roar or anything like that, but it's kind of fun. So there is that sort of electric coolness about driving the vehicle. And it's pretty safe too, because of course it has all the Nissan safety systems. The other thing that's kind of weird is the e-pedal. Now, the e-pedal is something that Nissan brought in with this Leaf to really help get the power levels up in the battery. So what the e-pedal does is, as you take your foot off the accelerator, the brakes are very grabby because they're doing the recharging of the battery. They're capturing all that lost energy. And so ultimately, driving it with the e-pedal, you shouldn't actually have to brake if you time things right. Okay, well, the way I drive, I probably have to brake a lot. But ultimately, the idea is they're regenerative brakes and they're capturing all of that lost energy as soon as the car goes into cruise. Intelligent mobility is Nissan's idea of three different things brought together. It's intelligent power, it's intelligent driving, and it's intelligent integration. That means that when you drive the vehicle, it's looking around, it's making sure that you don't hit any objects, it's encompassing all of those safety systems. Intelligent power, of course, anything apart from gasoline is fairly intelligent because you're trying not to use natural resources and you're trying to use renewable energy sources, at least things that could be renewable. And then there's also the intelligent integration of technology, and that means that they're working to do things like operate your car from your cell phone, from Amazon, Alexa, from all those different things. So there's this sort of threefold way of this vehicle conjuncting with everything, including the way it's powered, the way it drives, and the way it interacts with the environment. And one of the things I do like about this is the gauges in front of me show me how well I'm driving, in a sense that they show me that the vehicle is scanning forward, it's scanning the lanes on each side, and it's also scanning my blind spot. And as those things get interrupted, as somebody's in my blind spot, perhaps I'm trying to move over a lane, it shows me that it will make a sound. So there's a little speaker next to it. And that's some kind of cool technology that really lets you know that this car is looking out for you.
Brand new Nissan Leaf on sale right now for $37,445. It's about $6,650 more than the regular Leaf. 226 miles on a single charge. Definitely looks better from the back end. If you want to see more car reviews, of course, you can go to either of our websites, testmiles.com or ourautoexpert.com.